There we go. Everyone, thanks for coming. This is the second section that we will make about making the doll. If you missed it before, the doll that I'm making is about a character of a game, a gacha game, named Gears Frontline 2. And this character is named Cheetah. So there is a contest, and I'm just making an excuse to do something in Blender. So I'm taking this opportunity that there is a contest to make this doll. And that being said, we can start. And where is this? This is the one. Yep. And we have to move my puppet, making it a little smaller so it doesn't bother too much. Yeah. Okay. Last time we almost finished everything that look like the core of this doll. Oops, give me a second. There we go. So it is taking shape, but there is still a lot to improve. Anyway, we were debating on how to make the hair. And after thinking for a while, I think I will just making over it. So how will I make this over? Oh, I have to name a few of these. Yeah, we'll order a bit this stuff. Legs bag of course had to go to the clothes. Body, we'll leave that. These are the buttons. Or button 1. Button 2. Button 3. And button 4. This also should be on cloth. We'll leave them there. Perfect. The emblem should be part, or should be not. Yeah, I think they should be part of the clothes. The moving there. The choose clip also should be there. Now we have only the face, which will be used. So we have the face, and we will make a copy and leave it there. The face we will rename as hair, and we will give another color for that. We'll name it hair, because our character has red hair. I think it should still be around here. I wonder if this, no, this one. Oops, not this. There we go. This one. think it look more pink, like a mix of red and pink. We'll try to approach that kind of color. Oops. There. Okay. So we have the hair. We will put this color there, and we will make it slightly bigger. Not too much. It's not necessary to make it too big. Okay. Next part should be, of course, edit mode. To make this properly, as you can see here, she has some kind of ponytail there. We'll lock this so it doesn't bother me. These two. Okay. We'll make this bigger. See, the hair got to lower than the shoulders and has a ponytail, a side ponytail. Additionally, it has some large bangs on the sides, so they will take a bit of work, but we will make this to work. We will fix this properly. To do this, I have to separate these several parts. 6 cuts, 7 cuts. We will make 7 cuts. And here, five cuts, I think is good. What we'll need to do is also move this a bit here, or not. Maybe not, at least not yet. We have an example of this. It's all very colorful. The hair is all around the head. So how we will make this? How we will make this? The bangs of the gear is also they're very long, so 4 cuts. 4 cuts. Let me open the image for me. Okay. And let's check this reference. We will follow the same model. We will cut the middle of the face, and from the middle to top will be only hair, and the same way from the middle to bottom will be hair, will be the face. So we're going to select the faces through here. All this will disappear. Faces. Oops. That was not the middle. 5 and 5, okay. So the middle should be this part. Apparently, oh no, it's fine. It seems like it was a pale pink that I used for the color of the skin, so it kinda look a bit off. And it will not leave too much space. Maybe I should also delete this. Yeah, let's look about right. She has stuff like some headphones on the head. And I can do that later. Maybe even as part of the hat and not a separate part. We'll see that later. But okay. The ears are not visible from the peak. Especially because she had the headphone. What I have to do now is this part. The ponytail. Should be that enough? Should be less. I think it should be less. Like here. This 4. Again. And grab all this. I wonder if this look like a ponytail. Now the question is, should I even bother making the ponytail? I think I will leave that for later. For now, we have the hair as a whole. What else we could do? I mean, it's true that the hair is longer, but I'm not entirely sure if I should even bother making this longer or not. But it doesn't matter. We can see that later. The thing is, we have the hair. And we may do the eyes. Actually, should I make the eyes immediately? follow the reference. This one. Basically, 4 dots, and that will be all. 4 dots and a funny mode. Yeah, let's do that. I think we can make something works there. I mean, I could just add a mesh over it. But I also want to take the time to properly use more tools that Blender has. Okay, then we are going to shading. Shading, we will make an image texture. I think it should supposed to be. We'll put like eyes. We can leave that the numbers. Doesn't need to be more complex than that, probably. Now the color. The color will be black. This will be non-color. And that should be. Okay, now we are going to texture paint. Oh, this will not work, maybe. Or maybe yes, we will see. And you can see that should be the eye. Oh wait, I have to fix something here. The X. No, the Y maybe. There we go. And we can make this more powerful, I think. Okay, the strength is to the max, so I don't think I will take more than that. Options, not symmetry. Volume, properly put. Stroke. Spacing, no. Stylize, no. Okay, I think it's okay as it is now. We'll remark this a little more. Maybe making it bigger. So the eyes are being taken serious. Normally, big eyes are quite more. It has a feeling of being cute, especially for toon-like dolls, toys in general. Okay, that should be the eyes. We're going back to shading. And let me check. We have the eyes there. And should color mixed color should be put there. We put that there. And the inverse color. Because of the inverse, let's put this. Okay, the mix should not be multiplied, maybe. Factor. I have my doubts, but it seems like if I add that, not working. In the first plate, there should be no need to add an inverse color. Let's try something else. Which texture the same as before, but this time we are going to put this white. Nice, but two. No match. Now we are going to texture paint. And there. Not simple. We will have to try an error for now. there. Same as before. So it seems like I will need to add another mix. It's just a guess. It's just a guess. It's bothered me a little bit because the idea of using the texture pane is just to change the color of a specific part without messing the others. And for that reason, I probably missing a step here that separate both the whole part and only the eyes. Okay. But there is not much to do. Let's just look for an easy solution. Give me just a few minutes. Surely I can find one. Render texture painting.
This is an update of my texture painting quick start guide for 2 painting projects. Start with this hammer model here, objects. This step, unwrap it. That's the here. All my objects selected. If you haven't, press A to select all, and then U to unwrap your model. And we're going to use, you want some space, the island margin. That's because it's got no textures, as you can see on the side. Width, I'm going to use 2048 by 2048. Most commonly used color here, and choose hammer color 2 or whatever you've labeled it, and I can zoom out, and it's all grey at the moment. So in order to start painting, make sure you've got your brush selected up here, you've got your color down here, you've got the strength here and the brush size here. You can also press F to resize your brush smaller, and I should be able to paint and test that out on my model. So you can paint away to, you will want to make sure that you go up to image. So that
Well, the tutorial suck. Basically, it just told me what I knew, but it didn't show the after.
This is one of the most common problems in 3D.
Maybe this
Solution,
can
you but by accident
explain this.
change the blend type to color burn. Then watch as the noise texture magically takes to frosty. And then
Color.
the important trick that I did of the brick underneath when you replace the noise texture with a custom vertex paint mask. This is just texturing tutorial on YouTube. Place the noise types of grunges
That could be a solution. Let's see if this works. Like putting this there. We're going to change this. Maybe change this. No. They all always change. The multiply, maybe color born. And this again. Yeah, it's bothered me a lot that it keeps changing everything but the color that I want to change, that is the eyes. Let's try really the inverse. We will see how this works. Oh, this sucks. And why this happened? Why this happened? Right.
So you've made your first object or character, as well as giving us access to a couple of additional. If we try and paint on our model now, we'll still get an error saying we're missing UVs and textures. Okay, let's create those UVs. Up on the top menu here, into edit mode, selecting everything, missing textures error we need to address. What might not be the surfaces. Leave all of that for another day. For now, we just want the base color. In this new pop-up window, you can choose how big you want your textures to be. If you're making models for video games, 1024 by 1024 will probably be big enough. Working in film and animation, I usually use larger textures, so I'm going to crank this up to 2K or 2048 by 2048. For this texture, we don't need alpha, although it's not really going to do any harm if you do accidentally leave it on. I'm also going to choose a light brown color as our base to paint on, and click OK. The mushroom in the viewport should change color to that light brown, and you may notice that your UV window suddenly zoomed in. This happens because we chose to use a larger texture size. Sometimes you might paint a section you didn't want to by accident. If you want to get that brown color back on your brush, hover over your model and press the Shift-X shortcut. This will sample whatever color is below your mouse. In Blender 3.6 and earlier, the shortcut is just the S key. And finally, I'll add some white spots, because all good mushrooms need white spots. This is law in the fantasy genre. I'll paint in some large white spots, not being too concerned with whether they're perfectly circular, and then I'll fill in the gaps with some smaller white spots.
Okay, I think I understand what I was missing here. We can delete this. And we will work on this same. Let's delete this. Oops, no, there. We will delete this first. Oh, we don't need it. Now we are going back to the eyes. We're going to delete this. And here. Let me look at the picture. It's like a yellow brown. Yellow brown. I like that, I think. It's close. Okay. We check this and we draw. Kinda, I think it was too big. A little more separate. Okay, we are going back to shading, and now we can try the mix again and see how it will look like. Perfect. And now I have to change the color. It didn't work. Because whites look black. Oh, by the way, I can turn off the hair. But it bothered me that it should not look like that. Let's go to layout. See? It took on a black color for whatever reason that is. But let's see. Well, the same. So that being said, I think I can make something with this. With the eyes too. Honestly, this is not the way that I should fix it. But I can imagine other way for now. Shading. I disconnect this. Texture painting. And yeah, we are going to paint all over it. Actually, no. Let's change this. The color is like a white, not so pinky. Like a very white or pale yellow. Change this. Okay, shading. We are going to make this by putting this here and this here. I did not work. Multiply maybe. Will it change? Not. If I put this here. No, it's not working. the mix now. Overlay. Oh, close. It's really strange that it's not working. I mean, it's working, but it is strange for me that it's taking the black color. Okay, I think I will try to solve that later. The important part is having what I need to. I will. Yes, yeah. But I will clean this. It's what the black, no? Wait. Keep that. No, it had to be white. There. Now I can, what it is, the hair. And I can here. There we go. This is for later, but I want to make the blush. So we'll have to do there. Little blush there. The issue with the skin, I will have to work on that later. So to advance, now we will work on the chest. Last time, as I was mentioned before, we have this thing. You can see it has the shirt below the dress, the leather dress. So we to make that, I make a few cuts. Well, not really cut, onions, trays. And now I had to make let's and body. Not the body. Actually, yeah, the body. Let's work with that. Okay, we have this. This stuff are not necessary. Let's, where is the cat there? So it doesn't storm me. I had these cuts that I will become the shirt. Going to move that. There. It will be just white. There is no issue. Oops, no, there. We are going to assign our white shirt. And we are going to assign the color. Same for here. Assign and assign. Okay. I didn't want to make it this way, but it works. Now I have to. No, not that. Take this for 3, I mean, devotees, and fill them up again. I have to fill this. Fill this here. Can I should look like that? Let's see if I can make that there. And perfect. Now we have the faces that I will delete the only faces. And recreate this way. But to make this to have different faces and not just one. Assign and assign. Sure. Now we have the chaired looking thing. But our character has, you can see here, it has a little bow tie, a tie of blue color. I think we should make that. It is, I don't think it will be too difficult. So how we make the tie should be from the top here. Let's see now. Let's see what we can do here. Perfect. We are going to add a few points. Let me. I think it's the command that I'm using is the same, but just to make sure.
at them all, and then make sure that we select the vertex selection so we can see the vertex. If we want to add vertex on the edge, we can choose 2 vertices and then right click to choose subdivide.
Oh yeah, there is another way to do this. Yeah, this tool is really complex. With subdivider, and we will subdivide here also. And from here, we are going to subdivide once again. Same here. Subdivide. We are going to subdivide these two. And subdivide these two. And now what we have to do is subdivide here. Yeah. Perfect. So now we have to make this. Oops, no, just this. I think it should be enough. My selection. Yeah, it was not what I was thinking. Seems like I will have to remake this stuff. Example. Right, only faces. And now we can there. There. Dun, 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 there. We didn't work this one. Okay. Now we can that's where I have a white shirt. Pretty sure that I was using this sign. Okay. Now we can make another one. As this will be our tie. Blue tie. We will name it blue tie. The color is simple. It's about that. It's a little more strong. There we go. Sign. Same for this one. Sign. It's looking good. We left the edit mode. Oh, there is something wrong there. Edge. It's look at where, but okay. If I need to, I could also make a new one, but I will leave it like that way. Add the cap again, and I can... There. I have to refine a few stuff, but now we can appreciate the hat, the hair, the face that I have to fix later, and we have the body. The body is looking pretty good. But we are missing the arms. The arms will be a bit more... No, actually it will not be that challenging. Let's make... This will be the arm. Same for here. Perfect. It's the same material. It's the same material. So for that we will have to separate these two parts. Could be there, could be there too. And okay, the cut was there. What we have to do is check on this, the sleeve, how long it has to be. It could be the sleeve be just that part, or we could make this too. I think maybe it should be just this one. Then I make these two into another color. Let's see, let's add one more. This could be the color of the pants. We assign the color. Talk about that. And lastly, it should be the glove. Here you can appreciate that for the upside part of the glove is yellow, like a mustard color. So we are going to paint this. All this have to... It could just be something simple, really. We open another one. And this had to be new, because we don't have a mustard color. Mustard is around that. Mustard gloves. And we assign the color. But it doesn't look too good, actually. So how do we fix that? How we make it look like effectively? Yeah, that's the arm. Well, here you can appreciate that the sleeve of the dress, the leather dress, has a few string of color. two, one silver and one more gold-like. So we are going to make that to make it more notorious. Here we go. And I want to make this. We're going to add the leather to this. And the changes like here I did not want. Leather, pants, and this one too, pants. Finally this one. You need to do what you need to do here. So perfect. The string will be one there and the other here. The fur has to be silver. And to add one more, we're going to name it silver. And a stain color. Move it to the top. And the other one is here. I could use the same mustard color. I think it's about the same. Look quite weird though, but let's edit escape. Okay, yeah. So the issue here is that you cannot appreciate that it is really the arm. I need to do something there. So how do we fix that? How can I make it more arm-like? By the way, the glove has a little decoration here. There. That is blue and white. I really don't know if it is worth making so many details here. This should be the same color, the tide, and this should be white. Okay. We assign the silver, the mustard. We assign the white and the blue here. Okay, the last thing that we should make is this bar on the top. Oops. we need to make a differentiation on the leather. Yeah, we have to make a differentiation on the leather type here. How we do that? We have, I mean, it is of the same color. If it's one arm, I could also use the bag, but that doesn't fix the other side. You can experiment here, taking all this stuff and extrude it a little bit. Like all that. Actually, this is not a bad idea. I wanted to make it all a whole stuff, but if that doesn't work, why not? Okay, we are going to grab all this and it should be that. It didn't work. The X. See, it's not duplicating. Okay, try the whole thing, see if it works. Yeah, it will not work. And how do I fix this? I'm pretty sure if I have done this, it will copy me exactly how I want it. Like if I extrude this side will have to extrude too. But it's not working. It's not working, I don't know why. Okay, screw it. We are going to make this the other way. There. We're going to close this. We are going to move, extrude this. There. Three blocks. We are going to do this the same way. Three blocks. And perfect. Now we have to repaint this stuff with the pants, find colors, color this too. Tan, tara, tan, tara, tan, tan, tan. This is the silver. Oh, no, this is white. The blue here, the mustard, gloves. This is the silver. the line, the mustard line. Dun, dun, dun. Same way here. Mustard white, the blue, and mustard. Yeah, it looks better. But before continue, maybe I should have making the hands a little more robust. Just maybe. Let's go back. How much can I go back? Oops, no, I can't go back anymore. More than that. I wanted to avoid doing this. But we'll see. If I have to extrude again, it should be around there. Is that too much? No, I think that is actually a good. Well, you know. Do the same here. Dun, dun, dun. Going to extrude to this point. Okay. So once again, we will have to. This is a very annoying part, but we advance. We surely take notice of how this is taking shape to what we want to. White shirt, blue, and mustard. Actually, no. That should be there. And this should be the color of the pen. Because that part is more like behind, the inside of the glove. That clearly has another color. Taking this silver, the mustard color. And of course, I forgot to put some music. beautiful. It's almost comical. I like this work. I have to change this too. There any other color for that? No, it's keeping the same leather color. And we can jump to the hair once again. If you remember, as I mentioned, this girl has headphones. We could make that. Let me check on this one. Yeah, around the middle they put the ears. But the headphone should be on that same part. Around here. Move there and we move there. We are going to assign a new color for that. Headphones. With the headphone colors that has... I think that is the color. No, it's more brown. A little more brown. Okay. Do the same here then. And assign the color. Now that we have that, we could also add a little more volume to this. Should be that enough? Maybe I will leave it that way. Yeah. Let's not overcomplicate this more than I already did. The tree, we're going to do the same here. There. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Headphones. Fine. Perfect. For the side ponytail, I have no idea how to turn that. It's looking pretty good. Actually, now the arms look like arms, of course. The chest, I'm pretty proud of the chest, come true. Okay, the pants. We have to do the pants, of course. Can work on that. This stuff. Actually, this should be like a strong black. Oh, not this one. Like the shoes. Sign. And it has a little bit of leather. It really so little. But I can still add it. So let us add it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Want to add the leather here. Sign. And this is, I think it's insert face. There, perfect. This should be the silver color. Move that there. Where is the silver? There is the silver. Fine. Perfect. I could leave that there. Yeah, I leave it that way. Look, it's looking pretty good, and you can appreciate. Now you can that there. Dun, 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 there. That thing that holds the. I have no idea how that is named, but it is around the leg. So that's the thing. And I might add a little on the bag too. It's not complicated. Going here, I'm going to make this. We're going to make this. Okay, we're going to, no, we're going to do this there. Okay, I think this should be actually more darker. We're going to make a even darker color. We'll name it darker, why not? I'm going to take this color and make it darker, of course. And a sign. We do not sign. No, it's there, but barely noticed. Let's make it even darker, just to justify that we are doing it. As saying. But Okay. This part has also a little bit of leather. So we are going to add that. Not this one. Leather. And we are done. And we're going to grab all this. And we are going to use the darker there. Perfect. In this chest color, it's okay. It's looking so good. Let's fix the hat a bit. That is quite choking there. We're going to move this there. The hat tool has a modifier of solidify. I'm going to put there. I'm going to add a little more so it looks more fluffy. Okay. The hair also should have one. But not yet. Once I finish the hair, I will add the modify. What is there? Let me get this. I see what it is. The hair is a bit there. Check anywhere. Let's check. Okay, everything is okay. The pants, of course, the pants. The pants and the legs. Should we wrap? And now the shoes, the clips. Oh, need a little more. Okay. Question is, it will look quite weird if I also add the bag that appear in the arm. As you can appreciate here, that bag, it will be more annoying to put it. Now there is something that I have to improve, and it's the skirt. And we will make that now. We have time. Actually, Should I do this? Let's see if we can make this happen. It should be part of the... No. There we go. It should be this. Maybe. The problem is that I did not left too much space for the skirt. So probably I will have to do a double work here. No, it's not that. It's the buttons. I have to move this to the there. I will do a duplicate of this. Oops, no, not there. What am I doing there? Perfect. Button 5 and button 6. To move this a little more higher. Okay. And the lower button should represent the start of the skirt. Oh no, we have to start from here. Where should the skirt show up? There. There. And here. Yeah, it's like right between the front and the side. So I know how to make some stuff here. This subdivide, and I have to grab this point, and this point, and this point, and make this same way here, here, here. But I have to erase this stuff. This too, that is annoying. And this too, of course. Delete only faces. And now I have to make everything here and all in G. There. Same here. Okay, now I can assign the color of these two. And I have to do the same for this part, but this is part of the band. So for now, I have to add this and add that one. Same here. That one there. Other one there. That's where. Oh, okay, it's because the space is not the same. Should be there. No. It's there. Going to make this. We're going to delete the faces and only faces, of course. No, wait, we don't even need to do that. Create one more. Assign. There we go. With that, we have the skirt. It looks a little weird, but the skirt is there. Actually, could be just leave it like this. There's something weird there. Why it looks so marked there? Well, never mind. Okay. So why I turn this on the same color of the band is because... Oh, I forgot. Anyway. The skirt, or the blue part of the skirt, is shorter than the leather, and it looked a bit more of the tie, so I made it that way to represent that. Actually, I think I should... No, it's the same color, but I think I have to make the blue more darker. I'm going to make this darker. Move this here. There. Yeah, that's about it. It's looking very friendly. Okay, next. She has some kind of panda as an accessory. I could try to do that, but later. Let's see if we can improve the shoes. Again, the shoes. You can see here the shoes has two parts. The black structure of the shoes and a little relief on the top. It's like it's the inside out of a boot, maybe. So let's try to make that. And it's cover everything. See? Yeah, except for the front, it covers the other parts. So we are going to grab these 2 points and mark them. We're going to do the same here. This point and mark them. And finally, delete only face, delete only face, delete only face, only face. And only face. And this is bad. Not so bad. Let there and subdivide. Perfect. Same here. Grab this, subdivide, and now we can do this. Pum, 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 pum. Pum, 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 pum. There. Same here. Now we can paint this stuff. With another color. We are going to make new, name it inside use. And the color is like a beige, so a beige color. With a little of gray. Assign. Same assign. And for this part, they will have the same color. Dun, 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 dun. And dun, dun. It's taking form. It's look pretty good, but it seems like, yeah, this kind of thing. also bother me again. Whatever. Or not. I don't know why they appear like that. I think that there was a way to take care of that, but I will check that later. It is not urgent. The character is almost done. Oh yeah, the panda. To be honest, I'm not very interested on doing that panda thing. I will see how it appears. At least I don't know how important to the character is when to save an incremental. Object, perfect. We are going to make a not circle. We are going to make a cube. At the cube, we are going to add a modifier, division surface, and turn it into a sphere. I'm going to add a little more. Oops, no. Let's change the size. No, that's not it. There we go. Here. With that, we have the face of the panda. Move through here. We are going to, well, because it's quite big, so we are going to make it smaller. And just about there. Let us appreciate that. This thing. I can make that all with this. So let's do it. Where is this in gear? We are going to make a new scene collection. Panda. That's where what is here, and we're going to put the face. And we're going to duplicate this. There. We are going to make it smaller. Smaller there. It's about that. Maybe a little more up there. these two. There. It's going to be the right ear. Oh, let's put white ear. And this black ear. What else? We need 3 more. One for the let us and the color will be black, of course. We're going to duplicate this. This will be the eye. The eye is not completely rounded, going to be smaller. No, there we look like this. There. A bit smaller. Okay, that's the perfect side. I'm going to move this here. And the eye color also changed, so I'm going to move this here. I want to be white. Met the wine and where white, yeah, white eye. And this is like eye. I think I will just delete this. I'm going to duplicate this here. But it's not changing the color of this. Should have as before an option to apply, but whatever. Okay, last we have the nose. The nose there, going a little. We're going to rotate this. Going a little more smaller. do this. There. Perfect. Last T. Oh yeah. Have to apply. Make this simple. Apply. Now we can do this. Going to do this. Going to grab all this. Back here. Oh, this one. Data, not material. And I'm going to assign one to this one. Assign. Going back here. Going to create one. Invite and assign. There we go. I forgot. For fuck's sake. Fine. And that's with that we have the panda. Well, it has a small ribbon actually. Not sure if I had never made a ribbon. But I think I could, maybe. Okay. Mouse. Okay, I will reuse the nose. To put this here. It's going to be ribbon. Going to put this and ribbon color and to be red. Going to duplicate this, move it here. Okay. Change side. And just experimenting with this ribbon thing. It doesn't have to be quite perfect. To apply it here. Okay. We can enter to sculpt mode. To grab thing and make it a little more ribbon-like. No, it just had to be this. No. Perfect. Looking quite well. Hello, Mr. Lawlist. How are you doing? For me, I'm doing well, thank you. How has your weekend going? This part is looking... Yeah, because it's not grabbing the center. There. To grab the center more. Mine is doing well. It has been quite relaxing, honestly, but there is a lot to catch up, especially with Christmas just around the corner. Well, you know how erratic sometimes this thing can be, because as the approaching of the new year or end of the year, you feel like you want to make more things, like, okay, I managed to finish what my goals were or something else, and to try to make a clean start. Well, I'm not that extremist with that kind of thing, but I still try to make a little different between years, between the past of years. And that's how it's going. Yes, I'm making this for a contest, but the contest is just an excuse. Where was this inflate? the contest is just an excuse to start working on more on my, I mean, not working, but practice. The contest is just an excuse to start practicing this. As for exciting for Christmas, yes and no. It's not like I'm not exciting so much for Christmas, but I'm quite still looking forward to it. Because, you know, it's a special day that make you think about your family and that kind of things. Again, it's more like an excuse to do stuff. Okay. I think the ribbon is looking good there. Maybe grab it here. I mean, yeah, thank you, Mr. Lawlix. And there is a lot of method of how to make a ribbon, but I just choose this as is what's like at the top of my head. Now that we have that, we can go to here. We're going to sculpt mode also and shape this a little more. Wait, have to apply this, and now it's sculpt mode. I think that when it comes to Christmas, I think that the best part of it is just to remind you to be happy of some kind. Duplicate this. It is maybe strange for me to say this, because I have no idea how to explain it better. But that is supposed to be about Christmas, so if you're feeling like down and all that, Christmas is like the perfect occasion to remind yourself that just be happy, enjoy your life with your beloved ones. It is extremely important. Okay, with that we have the panda finally. How are you going to pass Christmas, Mr. Lawless? Do you have a special one? Will you spend it with your family, your dear family? Or maybe a pet? A pet is also pretty good. Okay, what else we can do here? Of course, the time alone is something appreciated. Yeah, food is really good. Something to also enjoy this. There are a lot of delicacies that they are, well, I mean, you can make them any part of the year, but there are special delicacies that you can enjoy like enhanced on Christmas. I don't know how to express that. It's because like you hold yourself of eating a special food only for the right occasion, and you can somehow enjoy it much more. Not just a little, but much more. Okay. What else we can do here? For Christmas, yeah, I usually cook, but I don't make some kind of specials. How should I say? I don't always cook something different, but Christmas sometimes motivate me to do something different, and we don't have many dishes in my country for Christmas. So if I get enough motivated, I will look for something that on other countries they make and try to make it a little more different. What do I enjoy a lot is making beverage, like Christmas drinks. That is something to look forward. Very refreshing, rich in flavor. You really never saw? There, my country has a drinking Christmas drink, and I think it's called Cola de Mono. But aside from that, the United States, and also I think it's part of the English cuisine, they have what is named eggnog. Eggnog, I think, is the name. Or with a T? I don't remember correctly. Yeah, it's with G. I don't know if you have tried that before, but it is a Christmas recipe for a drink. It is alcoholic, but you could also make it without that. Let's see. If you fancy that, or you have a family member that loves to cook, you could recommend them this. What I like a lot is a recipe that Jimmy Oliver made. You can have this link there. It's a special brew of Jimmy Oliver. Jimmy Oliver is a well-known chef. And this eggnog that he made is made with chocolate that make it extra delicious. You could try to make it. I promise you that it's really worth making it. Oh, hello, Mr. Milo Molson. Yeah, eggnog is really delicious, but I have never drank the normal eggnog. I have always made the chocolate one. Maybe I will try to make a normal and see how different is the taste. No, not at all. It's more like a milky taste. It's milky taste, and at least for me, when I make this chocolate eggnog, it's very creamy with the texture. Yeah, that is more accurate to say, more custardy. But again, it's also because I don't add the alcoholic, so it doesn't become too watery. Then I will improve the shirt a little more, the leather. Here we can... Well, anyway, another recipe, I have never made it also, not that we are on the Christmas topic. Rest is this.
Beef Wellington has to be the ultimate indulgence.
No, I think this is the
Beef
one.
Wellington has to be the ultimate.
This is also a recipe that sadly I have not made it yet, but it looks delicious. It's a Wellington beef made by Gordon Ramsay, another chef well recognized. That is used a little different because they use... What's the name of this? Chestnut. Yeah. It's basically just a Wellington beef, but with chestnut and another ingredient. And supposedly it had to be delicious. And I want to try it one day. Maybe this year I will try it if I have the time. I have tried the Wellington beef before, it's very delicious, but this specific recipe haven't tried yet. Yeah, it looks fancy, but I don't think it is that much. Something to try it. I will try to do it, yeah. I think it is totally worth giving a little try. Can I down? Dun, dun, dun. Let's see if we can make this to subdivisions. Perfect. We're going to make this and this. There. I'm going to do there again and there. To do this from these two. Doesn't need to be perfect. Here two, here two. Two is there. These two. Yeah, totally. Hot chocolate is something that I also make often, actually. Like maybe it's not often, but I usually do it at least one every 2 months. And there is this good that you mentioned. Actually, I follow a recipe of hot chocolate. Let's see if I can find it. Recipe. Let's see if I can find this one. This one? Yeah, actually, this I found it.
Welcome to How to.
I'm gonna enjoy this recipe. It's very creamy. It's a very creamy recipe of hot chocolate. I totally recommend this. This recipe I had done it several times, and each time it really enjoyment to do, and it's very easy actually. Well, it's good to know. Let's see what we can do here. We'll have to delete only face and start over again. There should be a way more easy to do this. There. And here, 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 here. There. And finally, there. For me, cooking is not some kind of pastime, but I really enjoy cooking. It's like some form of, what do I say this? It's like a form of making a puzzle where you know that putting each part of the ingredient make a whole stuff. Maybe I over exaggerating with my description, but it feels like that. And I think that the best part of this is enjoying the end result. Oof, okay. Finally, I think that is good enough. No, not really. I'm forced to cook because otherwise I won't have anything to eat. But what would be more like a hobby is trying new recipes to combat the monotony of cooking. Because, you know, there are recipes that are very easy to make. So you take you get used to do the same recipes, I guess, the same dishes. Okay, yeah, I need to cook, let's make this for 100 times to get over with it. But sometimes that gets really boring. So if I had to say that I have a hobby, it's trying recipe of foreign cuisine, of, you know, dishes of another countries to make things a little more interesting. This is looking nice, really nice. this here has a little clip. No, this one. It has a little clip on the hair. There. We will make that, and I think that will be over. The overall appearance of this character is almost done, after all. Once later I will finish the face and able to submit this. See? And in clots, I think I can make this stuff. Where was it? There. Match a plane. Let's rotate this. Move it to the front. Up. Small in this. And to change the size there. We're going to add a simple solidify. Going to make it thicker. There, that is enough. It will probably won't even be noticed, but I still want to do it. The clip is quite pinkish, so we're going to add something reddish copper. Yeah, we could use that same color. No, actually no, it should be more clearer. We are going to make a new one. Going to be clear. Yeah. And name it pink. We're going to duplicate this and put it there. It should be a little large. There. Now we move this, and now we can duplicate it. Perfect. And that's almost ready. Okay, the rest of the details I will have to do it later, because it requires a refined work and investigation that I like right now. So that save, we have to save this. Perfect. Looking very promising. Okay, that will be for now. Where is this? There we go. Da-na-na-na-na. And I move there. And that is everyone. Thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed a bit of the music, my really bad skills on making 3D modeling for now, my beginner skills, and the recipes of this for this Christmas. Each one of the recipes that I share will be very welcome, I assure you that, if you want to try any of that for your family or for yourself. So that will be for today. Thanks for coming again. I hope you have a really nice week, since there is just one Sunday away. So enjoy the week. And if I do not see you, that is unlikely, between those, very happy Christmas and New Year. You will not regret it, Mr. Milo. Also, Lauslisk. Have a nice one, both of you. See you around.